evening. Welcome to O'Fallon Historic Preservation Commission tonight, March 3rd, 2026. I call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dodson.
Present.
Commissioner Goings.
Present.
Commissioner Dietrich.
Excused.
Commissioner Hernandez.
Present.
Commissioner Rowland.
Present.
Commissioner Porter.
Present.
Commissioner Amos.
I'm here.
Commissioner Gunnelson.
Present.
Commissioner Hunt.
Present.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Present.
And Commissioner Watkins. Present. We have a quorum.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, guys. All right, could you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I ask for approval of the agenda.
I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add item 5 to new business for a new traffic box application.
Okay. All in favor?
need a second.
Oh, I need a second of that, please. Yeah.
Second, Hunt.
Second, Hunt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion's approved. New traffic box.
Then I think you need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
And I need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I make that motion. Goings?
Second, Amos.
Second, Amos. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys. Okay, everybody was sent the minutes from February 3rd, 2026. Can I have a motion for those?
So moved. Goings?
Goins?
Second, Gunnelson.
Gunnelson? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
With that, thank you. Approved. Citizens' comments? Old business. Commissioner Hunt.
Nothing really to add too much on the cemetery subcommittee, other than there is a workday scheduled at, drawing a blank here. With
May 2nd.
Yeah, May 2nd at the VFW Hall. And I'm still drawing a blank on the name of the cemetery. Sage Chapel, May 2nd, Sage Chapel, volunteer cleanup, similar to what we've done in the past. Last year it was done on a weekday, and so this year it's being done on a Saturday, so hopefully we'll have some more participation. Any of you guys that want to come, please join us. And 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, yes.
Yep.
So that's all going on with that, Rick.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Hunt. Commissioner Rowland, Standing Committee Education.
We're still working on the brochure. I need to get with you to pick pictures. We have so many pictures to pick from. And I'd like to introduce you, Patty. She was at the volunteer lunch, and Patty, stand up so they can see you, because I can't even see you. She expressed interest in volunteering to help us with anything that the Historical Preservation Commission needs help with. So.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you for that. And just to give you a note, Cheryl, Commissioner Rowlands, the picture that you have in front of you of the healed home with the way the flowers, and they've used that on all their other presentations, that's definitely the one we need to use for the healed home. So just mark that out.
Well, and if we can if we can shrink the convent down.
Oh, yeah, we will. We'll do that.
You know.
That's a communication thing.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's not going to fit on a 3 by whatever.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Oh, thank you. The next is Historic Designations, Commissioner Amos.
I have nothing new to report myself. Do you have anything?
The only thing I know that the mayor's going to do a presentation tonight, and the next home that I was planning on working on, the next building, was 315 East Elm, which is the old African school. I mean, that's been on, back. It just takes time. Thank you.
Rick? Over here. Could I just add in, I had sent you all a spreadsheet that was put together by one of our volunteers. Actually, the spreadsheet itself wasn't. It was based upon a list Rick had provided me that had listed all of the homes that are designated, or I'm sorry, the properties that are designated as historic places under the city of O'Fallon. So I don't know if you all had a chance to review that, but I was wanting to make sure it was accurate and if there was any other additions or changes that needed to be made to that. Don't have to respond tonight. Take a look at it when you get a chance and just let me know so that we can make sure our list is up to date. I'd like to get that published to our website if we could.
I will check that over the next 2 days and do that verification on that. And thank you, Mrs. Feeney, for that, for doing that for us. And thank you, Tanya, for taking the time to do that.
Tanya, what is that email, what was the subject line on that? There was a couple you sent, so I didn't know.
I've sent a lot lately.
What?
I will find it. How about I just resend it to everyone because I'm not sure what
Yeah.
the title was.
I thought it was the buildings, the historic designation properties. I thought that's what it was. And also we'll need a count on how many plaques we have left. So on those two.
Should be like 8.
I think after the...
That's Amy's job, thank you.
I did happen to, when I went down to grab them, there's a few in one box, and then it looks like there's another box that hasn't been opened, but not a lot fit in a box. So I'm thinking we have about 6 to 8.
Okay.
Just for reference, there was the invoice in there, and back in 2016, the plaques were $151.96, I think. So I'm guessing in 10 years, they've probably not gotten any cheaper. So we'll have to consider that for our budget next year.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I'd like to bring up first Donnie B. with 411 Woodlawn. I didn't bring my camera. Thank you. Would you meet the mayor?
Donnie Nesby. Good to meet you. Want to come down too? Oh, okay. Just thought I would offer. All right. Donnie B., it's a great honor that we get to give you a plaque for your house. It says this property has been listed in the O'Fallon Register of Historic Places by the O'Fallon Historic Preservation Committee. And we will give this to you, but I need to get it back because we will get it hung for you guys. Okay?
Sounds
So
good. Thank you very much.
congratulations, sir. You want to say anything?
Very cool. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love the home and love the neighborhood, and I grew up in O'Fallon, so feels good. You know, it feels nice. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Donnie.
You want it back?
You can just leave it right here.
Leave
It's
it right
fine.
here? Okay. Thank you.
And the next one, we'll bring up the Davis family, 419 Woodlawn. Erica and John Davis.
Hello there. Hello. Again, it is an honor to be here to present you with this plaque. As again, this property has been listed in the O'Fallon Register of Historic Places by the O'Fallon Historic Preservation Committee. And thank you for your presentation to the City Council. We really did appreciate it and all the pictures. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, Erica, did you want to say anything? I'd like to, on behalf of, accept this award for, of course, Laura, Helen, Alberta, Pauline, and Paul Roper, who built this home, and all the other historic homes in the city. I believe this is a reflection of their contribution to the community. We're simply caretakers of the home at this point, but we hope it lasts another 116 years, and we're very grateful for their contribution to the city. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, for your presentation. Number 7.
6.
Oh, 6. I forgot that guy. It was here.
Forget me.
Commissioner Goings.
So I think I mentioned at the last meeting I attended, the O'Fallon Community Foundation has received a grant that will allow us to do roughly 8 additional traffic boxes. So I'm guessing by our May meeting, I'll have a slate of applications for us to review. So if anyone has any ideas of photos that you're aware of that you think would make a good traffic box, or just, particular homes or neighborhoods or businesses that used to be present, let me know. We'll hunt down some photos. I have a lot of the O'Fallon historical societies, or we can pull them from the county historical society. We do need originals. If you just email me a photo, that's not going to be high enough resolution to blow up 4 foot tall. But if we can find the originals, we can do some additional traffic boxes.
I have an idea. What if we, for a couple of them in the downtown area, if we did some of the homes that have the plaques now and then that we've...
Yeah, a good suggestion, because I think most of the ones that we've nominated, we have old photos of them at some point in history. So, yeah, that might advertise a little bit for other people to get on the list too. So,
I do have a question too. Has it been easy to work with the state? Have we done a state box yet?
we've done 2.
Okay.
That are MoDOT owned. That process is a little different. MoDOT has an application that we have to fill out, they have to approve. But we did the one at Highway K in Veterans, right by where that food truck always is.
Yeah.
And then we did one at southbound 364 and Highway K.
That's really
on the entrance ramp. That one's of 1904 Main Street. That's a pretty high traffic area. So, yeah.
Because
When you're stopped at that light, it's right there.
And the grant allows us, we as a commission can pick traffic boxes, so we can pick MoDOT ones, we can pick City of O'Fallon ones. There's no restriction on that, so we can also pick the location as well as the content.
I know, I liked Woodlawn done there at Woodlawn, and the one at Woodlawn right there at it's a Mexican restaurant there when you come off the highway. West Terra, yes, at West Terra.
So send me a note.
I would like that,
locations.
and I think, John, you have some, Mr. Davis, you have some pictures that could we actually use some of those pictures? Okay, thank you.
And one of the requirements on the city's application, if it's a city-owned box, we'll need whoever owns the copyright on the photo to sign a little waiver that you give us permission as the owner of the photo to use it.
Thank you.
Commissioner Goings, can we get a map or something of where all these boxes are?
Yes, I have a map.
Okay,
It's
because,
a Google map.
when I'm driving, I'm paying attention like we're supposed to when we're driving.
Yeah, I have a map of all the ones that are done, and I have a map that shows all the ones that are eligible for adoption.
And I believe there's a website on the city for what city owns, I thought.
Could be. Yeah, there's 38 total, the traffic boxes that the city owns. 4 are on the you can adopt them list because they are on the schedule to be replaced. Like the one at Church in Main Street is on that list. There are some boxes that are better than others. Some boxes, you get nice, even, flat sides on all 4 sides, and others, like the one the sisters did, is rather obtuse. There's extra little meters and boxes and vents all over, and those are a little bit more problematic to adopt. So,
But the sisters did it.
the Photoshop genius over here is the one who mapped that all out on the box and got it to work. So some boxes are maybe more desirable than others, more convenient to do than others.
Any other questions on the traffic signal boxes? If you have any other ideas, please send them to John. With that,
And just to remind everyone, right, the historic vinyl wraps aren't the only option for traffic boxes. There is also in the ordinance the ability for anyone with an art installation, that like kids who want to paint it or something, there is through the Arts Commission a mechanism for anyone to sponsor it. So I have mentioned that to some of the people on the Arts Commission, that they may may not be aware that that option exists as well, and it'd be great to see some of those 38 boxes done with some art.
It's interesting. I watched the trains go by. Sorry.
Has anyone spoken to the high schools about that art option?
Not that I'm aware.
That would be really,
Yeah, run a contest.
yeah, that would be really
I
good
will-
because I know, and I only know about West because that's where my kids went, but every year the senior class paints some kind of mural. And so I'm assuming the other three do the same thing.
Jefferson City had an annual historic art contest for the high school.
Oh,
And issued awards, and they got a small award from the mayor every year at the end of during the Historic Preservation Week.
that would be nice. An art.
We have
historic-
mentioned to history teachers, we haven't mentioned to high school art, but we have mentioned to, I remember it was the 5th grade, actually it was Jan and I went and talked to all the 5th grade social studies teachers and said, do you guys have any ideas of, historic art that they could share?
Right. It would be nice to art teachers do that
I have,
historically.
I have a question. Does it have to be, can it be different images, like on each side, so different?
Yeah.
There's 4 sides. We could have, one winner draw on one side and one on the other.
Yeah, 3 sides, right?
Certainly it can, yeah. Well, some boxes are 3-sided, some are 4. Some of the vinyl wraps we've done, there's just one photo on one side and then a different photo. The one on Sage Chapel that we did at Veterans and Sondren is a collage. So there's probably 8 different photos on each side.
Thank you, everybody. I'll move over to the State Historical Preservation Office visit. Tanya?
Thank you, Rick. So as we've been talking about, we are hosting the Missouri Advisory Council on Historic Preservation, their council meeting on March the 20th at 10 a.m. We are having a couple events leading up to that event. The one that is open to the public will be Thursday, March 19th, starting at 4:30 until 6 at our historic Heald home. We'll have a meet and greet where Andrew Dial from the State Historic Preservation Office will be in attendance to answer any questions that anyone may have. There will also be other members from SHPO there, as well as the members of the Advisory Council. Prior to that, not open to the public, but as part of our willingness or wanting to show off the beautiful city of O'Fallon, we are hosting a tour for those members. We will be taking them to Sage Chapel, to the Sisters, and to see the homes on Woodlawn, and possibly even trying to point out a few traffic boxes along the way to show off our city. So that'll be happening prior to that. And then also again on the 20th, the meeting it is broadcast over, it's not Zoom, WebEx. Over WebEx, but it is open to the public, so anyone who wants to join us for that meeting is welcome to come in at 10 o'clock. I know that Rick has been inviting some of our local other CLGs, and then we plan to send it out to our elected officials, our managing directors, and other city managers in the area as well to invite them to the event. If we're lucky, SHPO the Hippo might show up. We learned all about SHPO the Hippo when they were in town. They have someone who wears a hippo costume, and then they have little miniature hippos that they bring along with them as well. So check out their Facebook page for more information.
Tanya, are we invited to the tour?
Yes, if you RSVP. The reason I hesitate there is I'm working on transportation. I'm trying to make sure we have a vehicle large enough for everyone. So if nothing else, you can attend the tour, just might have to be in a second vehicle. So we're still working on the transportation piece, though.
Just let us know where to meet, and
we can do that.
because I would love to go.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Ms. Davies. I will have a presentation on the O'Fallon Community Foundation. Mr. Goings?
Excellent. I think we have a little PowerPoint here that's going to load up. So For those of you that aren't aware, I actually took Pat Swinger's old position on the O'Fallon Community Foundation. So this, they have it loaded up here.
You gotta go.
We'll give 'em a
You
second.
gotta go down there, buddy.
I got to go down there?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I can see it on the screen.
Come on, double time.
Run. Hop over.
Just jump it.
Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard style.
Okay. Can everybody, is it up there yet? I have to click on that? There we go. There. Everybody see that? Excellent. So we have used the O'Fallon Community Foundation for our traffic box program. That way sponsors can donate money, tax deductible, to the 501c charity that is the OCF. And so that's certainly enabled some interest in sponsors. So it occurred to me that a lot of you may not be familiar with the OCF and what they do and what they can't do, what they can do. So I thought I would give a little update on that. So it was originally established in 1998, so a while ago. And the motivation was when MasterCard moved to town, they had some money burning in a hole in their pocket, and they wanted to donate it to the city for restoring, recreating Fort Zumwalt. So in order to do that, the OCF had to be created, and that was their first mission. So I would say for the first 15 years of OCF's existence, that was their only mission, was to work on getting the restoration of Fort Zumwalt. It ended up being more expensive than they had planned. The MasterCard donation was not enough, so they had to do quite a bit of work to fundraise to raise the rest of the over $100,000 needed to do the fort restoration. So since that time, we've sort of expanded the mission. So in 2022, when I joined, there was kind of a changing of the guard where we added a lot of new board members. Most of the current board members, one stayed, but the rest of the board members retired, and some new board members came on. We established a new set of bylaws and sort of expanded the reach of the mission of the OCF. So certainly our poster child example still is the restoration of, recreation of Fort Zumwalt. So our mission is to maximize the quality of life in the city of O'Fallon by developing funding for and supporting charitable works and cultural activities. So it's expanded a little bit beyond just historic missions. Now we have the designation of just general charity and cultural activities. So I thought I would expand a little bit on some of the big projects that we're doing currently. We have Project Home. That is a program where eligible homeowners in O'Fallon can apply for emergency funding, roof repairs, if somebody's roof is in danger of collapsing, if a tornado came through town and ripped off roofs. Sometimes it can take a while to get insurance claims prepared. So Project Home is a fairly significant activity that we do to allow emergency home repairs. We also do handicap accessibility and other needs. Police Week, another one of our big projects where we provide funding for up to 3 officers to attend the National Peace Officers Week in DC. And then we have several other programs that we support that are run through the O'Fallon Police Department. So one of the newer things we've done is recreational program scholarships, in particular funding for swim lessons, people to attend other Parks Department programs such as day camps. So there is a scholarship application if somebody goes to the Parks Department, is wanting to sign their kids up. If there's an identified financial need, there's an application they can fill out, and the OCF plays the role of funding that swim scholarship or day camp scholarship. So what they do specifically with our traffic boxes. So when a sponsor comes to us and says, I want to sponsor a traffic box, they essentially give a donation to the OCF, and then the OCF plays the role of then contracting with the manufacturer and the installer to do that. This commission still holds the design authority, so this commission has the responsibility of deciding, is this traffic box befitting of the historic nature So we still have application approval. The OCF only plays the role of the financial element. They're the ones that find the supplier to do the box. They are not the police of the historic content. You guys are. So that does not change. So we are now authorized to do MoDOT-owned boxes. We've done 7 boxes so far. We have funding for an additional 8 boxes, and after tonight, 9. So this is the box that you can see there that was done at Main Street and Elm. That was the very first box that was done, and that was of the police department that was literally at that intersection, probably only a few feet away from where that box was located. So the Mayor's Charity Ball that our mayor, that was our biggest fundraising effort last year. In March, in fall of 2004, the OCF presented our funding application to the Charity Ball. We were fortunate enough to have been selected. So we have asked, we've been using that funding to expand our Parks Scholarship Program to include all ages that have financial need. In 2025, we received the funding. If you want, I can supply you a link that highlights that a little bit more. The requirements of the Mayor's Charity Ball is we have to then have a period after receiving funding. You wait a minimum of 3 years before you can reapply for funding again. But we were fortunate enough to really greatly increase our funding from that. So we're going to use that money to go beyond swim lessons, beyond day camp. We're doing an assessment with the Parks Department of O'Fallon to decide what kind of programming we think is befitting our mission. So that's going to be done through the rec department. We are excluding trips or tours or rentals. And we're also including ages that fall below the 185% of the poverty level. So, and applications are available online. Their applications are taken through the Renaud Center as well. So, fundraising. For now, up until the Mayor's Charity Ball, every fundraising that we did was always project specific. So the funding we got was for Project Home or a traffic box, and the amount of money that came in is exactly equal to the amount of money that came out for that project. We are working on trying to expand our fundraising reach so that we can find new programming. It's really fun to come up with ways to spend the money. It's really hard to find ways to get the money. So some of the activities we've been working on the past 2 years is we do a 50-50 raffle at the jamming concerts. We've done 50-50 at various trivia nights. We certainly solicit private donations, business donations. We participate and volunteer at the O'Fallon Rail District Festival, where I work the beer tent, and a portion of those proceeds go to us, and that's through the O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce. Our biggest activity was the Charity Ball. So we are all ears if any of you have any other fundraising activities. So our future plans, we are anticipating supporting the arts program in O'Fallon. One of our missions is we do sculptures that are in roundabouts and in various places throughout the city. We have options to buy some of those. The city is usually generous enough to pick 1 or 2 a year to purchase. We see the OCF as playing a role of also purchasing and arranging for the installations of art throughout the city. So we're meeting with other foundations. We just recently had a meeting with the Clayton Community Foundation to kind of learn what kind of projects they've had success with. But we're all ears on any other projects. Of course, the fun part is figuring out how to spend the money. But we're also planning on additional traffic boxes. We have a grant to do a bunch more. So are there any oh, by the way, we just talked about that collage photo. There's a picture of the one that's at Sondren and Veterans. And the one in the upper left, the one that's marked 1948 at the top, that's the one that's that just got installed on the MoDOT box at Veterans and Highway K. So all 4 of these are photos of that have been done on traffic boxes. So with that, are there any questions on the mission of OCF or what you think we can or should do?
What is your contact information for us and for the public maybe watching?
Content on our mission or?
Contact.
Oh, contact.
Website.
There is OFallonCommunityFoundation.org is the website. You can donate through there. You can get some background on any one of these projects. So there is a website and there is a Facebook page. that we are promoting. So we have a number of members of the city staff. Technically, as commissioners, I, am considered a city member. We are working to expand that at least 60% of our board members are not affiliated with the city directly, but are just community citizens. So right now we're at that ratio, but we'd like to add more community people to our board. Mike Snowden is on there, the police chief is on there, so we are well represented by the city and are certainly looking to grow, especially businesses in O'Fallon that have money that they would like to donate. They are more than welcome to participate in our board.
Any other questions? I really appreciate you giving us letting us know what the Historic Foundation, Community Foundation does, because everybody talks about it, but nobody ever really let everybody know what it was about.
Well, their mission was quite narrow for their first years, and
you knew about the fort. That's it. You knew about the fort.
And their mission was the fort, and that was a big project that consumed everything.
Correct.
Right? That was not a small project. That took years of fundraising and years to actually execute. So we have that now. And that's a great resource. And the OCF was technically the owner, and they sold it to the city for $1. So one of the conditions was that that needed to make the fort open to the public, which it is. And some of you serve as decent docents on Fort Zumwalt. So you like my pun there? That was, so the OCF sees us playing a role continued in that mission.
Right. And the nonprofits, what's really nice for the corporations.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, with that, I'll move over to, I gotta move over to the Healed Home Fort Zumwalt cleanup. I do not have my calendar with me, so I really don't realize that date, but I do believe Kathy's gonna be there, Chris is gonna be there, that I know of, Sister's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there helping out with that cleanup, and whoever else.
It's
can
March
make that.
12th.
Right, March 12th.
I think it's
March
at
12th.
10. March 12th at 10
March
a.m.
12th. Yeah. And I think it'd be fun when we make it look really nice. I hope so we're gonna clean it up, make it look really good for its presentation. Anybody else that wants to show up, please reach out to Katie Jordan and put your name on there, on her list. No, she's gone. She couldn't make it. Yeah, sorry. And I didn't bring that up. I didn't skip. Mariah could not make it tonight, so I just marked it out and didn't say anything about it. But Mariah could not make it tonight. But on the home, I mean, the cleanup will be the fort and the Healed Home, cleaning, sweeping, wear decent clothes, nothing you might want to get ruined, and that should be it. Anybody have any questions on that?
I do know that at one time, there were wasps inside the shutters between the window and the shutter.
That's normal.
I know, but I'm just saying, be prepared if you decide to open those shutters to get rid of those wasps.
The mud daubers are in there, yeah. Thank you for that. Especially if you're allergic, please, stay away from that. With that, we'll move over to an update by our staff liaison, Ms. Davies.
I've talked about a lot of it already, but I do have two other items that I wrote down to make sure I wanted to mention. I know I've sent a lot of emails recently, but I wanted to thank Kathy for getting the log cabin cleanup job description, whatever we officially called it, position description approved, done through volunteer services. So that's ready to go whenever you guys are ready to move forward with getting that virtual tour going.
Okay.
We're set there. The only other announcement I had was, if you don't know already, Kathy Halstead, who is our volunteer services manager, is leaving the city. She's retiring after 25 years with the city. Her last day will be April 30th. She started the volunteer services program, and I know a lot of you have worked with her over the years. So we wish her well in retirement, and we will not be together again until after that date. So I wanted to just mention that if you hadn't heard already. And that's all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
nothing, no meeting next month.
Yeah, absolutely no, on election day, we do
Election
not,
day.
yeah, we do not meet on election day. But I have one more that's not on this, I want to like to say, Sister Gunnison, this is your last meeting. And we want to have a meeting in April when your year ends, your time ends. We really appreciate you being here with us and being a part of our commission and teaching us all you could on the Sisters of the Most Precious Blood. We've been blessed to have you on our team, and I hope you're still going to do the tours.
As possible, yes.
Okay,
And
okay.
thank you very much. I've enjoyed being on this commission with all of you.
Thank you. We really do appreciate, Sue. I don't know, we have an opening now. I think that will be as of April. That'd be Ward 5, and 5. No, Ward 1. Sorry, used to be. Yeah, backwards. Sorry. And I do remember we did have 2 other people that were interested to become part of the commission. I don't know their names yet, but I'll have to look into that. If nobody else has any other business, I'd like to close right now.
I've got the agenda 5 that I added, the traffic box application.
Oh, yeah, it is on there, isn't it?
Do I need to go back up there? I do have a presentation on that.
Oh, then do it.
Yeah.
I-
While he's running up, I just want to remind Sister that we always are open for citizen comments at our meetings. You're welcome to join us anytime.
Thank you.
I had that written in there, too.
Excellent. Everyone see that?
Yep.
So, traffic box program. I've just been talking a whole bunch about that. So, these are just examples of what I'm talking about here. These are 4. So I have a new application. We want to do one at Highway K in Laura Hill. That's kind of out front of the Chipotle, if you know where that is. Here's a little Google Maps image. It's right at that intersection there. Here's a visual representation. This is one of those, we'll call it a 3-sided box. There's a 4-side there, but it's got that little, you can see on the left, a little vented box on the side that makes, if you put a picture there, you wouldn't be able to see it very well. So hence my description of that as a 3-sided box. We also don't do the top or the bottom, obviously. But that's the box in question. So we're graciously getting a donation from the Keevan family. And at that intersection from 1973 to 2004 was the K-Shop. So this is a collage of photos that the Keevan family prepared for us, showing, and the sod business is still right there. We certainly give a shout out to that as well. So what we're proposing in the application is the front of the box, the side facing the street, is the picture on the left, and then on the right, on the back side of the box facing the businesses, will be the collage on the right. And then here's a little description. Since this is the first most of you are seeing that, you can read the little history on the side of the box. I'll go ahead and read it off for everyone. So in 1959, Frank and Joanne Keevan purchased 80 acres along Highway K from Mount Zion Cemetery to Laura Hill Road. They built a home off Laura Hill Road and raised their 8 children there. The farm was used to grow sod for Keevan Brothers Sod Farms. In 1973, the Keevans built the K-Shop, a gas station and quick shop. It was truly a landmark, being the first commercial building along Highway K. I think there's a few more commercial buildings on Highway K, last I checked. Yeah. So they sold St. Charles dairy milk in glass bottles. The store offered shakes, malts, sundaes, cones, and banana splits. Many folks drove from St. Charles and surrounding communities for these treats. The K-Shop operated on the corner of Highway K and Laura Hill, right where the box is located, for 31 years. Many high schoolers had their first jobs there. And then on the side of the box that has that vent, we'll just put the OCF logo and then a sponsored by. There is enough room kind of around that vent to put a fairly small logo in the sponsorship there. So again, how this works, we review the application, decide is this befitting of O'Fallon history. That's what we'll be voting on. If approved, I will encourage the Keevan family to work with the OCF to make the financial arrangements to contract for the manufacture of the vinyl wrap in the installation. So this is the official city, although that is a MoDOT-owned box. It's not a city box. Okay. So this is just kind of used for our reference, but this application does not go to the city. This goes to MoDOT, who has recognized this commission as sort of the official nominating entity for the city of O'Fallon. So there is an application process that looks very similar that I do if this commission approves, that MoDOT recognizes, and then I arrange for them to be there as it's getting installed. They attend the installation just to make sure the function of the box is not compromised by wrapping it in vinyl.
Covering up the vent holes.
Covering up the vent holes, that's, or making it so the door doesn't open. Yeah. They got to keep the airflow in there. That's the purpose. So with that, are there any questions about the box or the content?
I'm really happy to see that actually, because the K-Shop, I remember the K-Shop when I first moved down here. You know, I think I lived on Duello Road, which was O'Fallon back then. You know, it's still O'Fallon, and you know, it was just country coming in. You hit one gas station there at the end of K and 40, and then you hit K-Shop. You know, a few houses in between that. It was a good place to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the only stoplight other than for South Service Road.
So that's really, it brings back a lot of good memories, the way that area was. So what you threw me off, though, was that part of Mount Zion, because I know original property was, Mount Zion property was the Heels at one time, and then the Heels gave the property to Mount Zion. So it was kind of interesting. I didn't know that went up that far. So thank you.
Their property went that far. Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Zion's property went up there. Do we have any other questions on this? We make a motion to approve this. Can I have a motion first?
I make a motion to approve the application.
John makes a approach.
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion's approved. Thank you for doing all this. That's a lot of work. Thank you.
They did most of the heavy lifting on that. So they made the collage. Those are their photos, family photos. So that was, this is one of the easier projects that I've had before. I didn't have to do anything.
Chris and I were just talking about this the other day.
The K-Shop or?
The K-Shop, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John, does engineering have to approve this anymore, or is it all through?
O'Fallon Engineering, no. MoDOT has a process that they use to approve it. So the fact that MoDOT is the owner of that box means it's their department. If it were a city-owned box, then yes, the O'Fallon Engineering Department has to review this application.
Thank you.
I have a question. You've probably told us before, over here.
Yeah.
What company is doing the wraps?
We have used two different companies throughout our history. We have used an O'Fallon company, BMG Fleet, did the very first box, and the most recent boxes we've been using Sinorama. They're about $550, and that includes install. So they're a local O'Fallon business as well.
The price went down quite a bit too. Yeah.
The price went down. They do a little bit less finesse about, you know, getting it to go around all the vents. So that was kind of the deal to reduce the cost. We just don't do the vents.
Right.
And that saves a lot of time having to cut all around the vents. So that's been a little bit of a trade space for the much cheaper boxes.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you for your presentations. With that, I'll close the meeting. Good night. Thank you.